guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well. I know I'm in my car and I thought I'd film a little video of skincare that I use in the morning, and yes, and we could talk, you could get to know me. I really wanted to talk about my eczema and how I got eczema and how I've dealt with it, what it did to my mental state. Don't know what's happening with my hair. I straightened it with the Dyson Corral, but it's still frizzy, like, you know. But mind you, I didn't put any serum in my hair today because I was in a rush. Mum wanted to come out into the farm as pick your own. She wanted to pick some strawberries and a few other things, so I was in a rush to get here. So I just heat protected it and straightened it with the Dyson Corral, which I must say is good. But yeah. Right, so I don't know where to put my phone in this car because every time I do try, oh, see, it just, I know you can't see me properly, like, just see my face. So rearrange the phone, put it there. So let's just get into it. Like, so I've put all my morning skincare stuff in this Clinique little bag here. I am going to get rid of the boring stuff first, like, subscribe, press the bell icon, you know, all of that will help the channel build up. Books in this bag. Let's try and get 10 subscribers. Let's build this family up. Let's get 10 subscribers. Right, anyway, let's get into it. So, first of all, dental care. I use Colgate toothpaste, floss my teeth in the morning as well. And then for cleanser, which I haven't got on me, is the CeraVe foaming cleanser, the green one. And then I go straight in with the Revolution Prevent 2% Salicylic Acid liquid exfoliator. So I use a reusable cotton pad, rub it all over my face, and that's about it really. And that's the first, well, second step after cleansing my face. And then I go in with the Revolution 10% niacinamide and 1% zinc serum. And then I would go in with my Neutrogena Hydro Boost Water Gel Moisturizer. And that's it. And sunscreen. But that's it, honestly. Because I suffer with eczema, the more minimized products I use, the better it is for my skin. I don't go too heavy with other products as well, like more and more. Less is more. Right. So, let's see the consistency of that one. As you can see, it's a nice thick consistency, which will leave the skin moisturized. I mean, yeah, hydrated and moisturized. I love this stuff. And then the Neutrogena. Woo! It's a bit messy from the top. Another thick consistency, and it's so good on the skin. It just leaves my skin feeling really, really moisturized and hydrated. And that's it for the morning skincare. Honestly, I used to use so many products, and then I was like, what? I wonder how my skin's reacting. So I minimized it, and I just worked out what works best for me. So that's it. Right. This is a iced latte from Costa. Put caramel shots into it as well. needed it today, like really needed it. So as you're all aware, I keep mentioning I still suffer with eczema. Yeah, it's a bit of a touchy subject for me because I suffered with eczema since I was 1 year old. It's I don't know how to explain it. Mum gave me boiled eggs or something. I don't know. And apparently I reacted really bad, and ever since then I got eczema. But saying that, it does run in the family from my dad's side. Like my uncles have it, my auntie has it. My auntie suffers with it really bad actually. But I don't talk to that side of the family anymore, so it's yeah, we don't get along. But yes, so growing up I suffered with eczema. It was all up like by my elbows, and then it would go down my arms, and it was just a horrible feeling, because going into school when you've got a bit of hair there, going into school when you've got eczema, and you're constantly scratching, your skin's bleeding. Back in them days you'd get bullied for it, and which I did get bullied for it, and for a very long time I hated my body. Absolutely hated my body, which meant I hated myself. Even in my teenage years, just hated my body, didn't want to be in it, really suffered. But as a child they kept prescribing steroid creams to my mum. And back then it wasn't really questionable, was it? Like, you wouldn't question why you're being given steroid creams. The doctors were giving it like it's a bar of candy. Candy? Are we in America? Well, a chocolate bar or whatever. And Mum would constantly apply that onto my skin. There was no warning about how much you should apply onto the skin. So obviously over time it thinned my skin. To the point where now I could easily sunburn. So I have to be very careful when the sun's out. And yeah, so over time my skin was thinning, the eczema was getting worse. When Mum would apply the steroid creams, it was a temporary fix, it was a long-term fix. So obviously my mum would constantly apply the steroid creams to keep it going. And yes, when I became a teenager I didn't know any better, so I was applying the steroid creams as well. My skin was getting worse, and then a couple of years ago, just before lockdown, it was the worst it's ever been. I will insert some pictures and you can see, and can you see how red it got? And that's a mixture of sunburn and a mixture of eczema. But because over time my skin has thinned, and that's not even me sitting in the sun, like honestly it's not even me sitting in the sun, it was me driving to work, which would take me about 15 minutes, driving back from work another 15 minutes, and what it was, when the sun was hitting the car window it was burning my skin as well. So due to lockdown I couldn't see a doctor or nothing, and I just hit rock bottom to the point where I was even considering self-harming. Eczema's not a joke. Eczema's not, people don't take eczema seriously. Like when somebody says I've got eczema, they're like, yeah, and but honestly it knocks a person down so bad. Don't know why I'm getting emotional now, but it knocks a person down so bad. It knocks our confidence down. I was a confident person. It's only recently I've become confident, because now I'm just like, you know what, if you've got a problem with my eczema, that's your issue, it's not mine. Like, I'm happy where I am. I am now happy with my body. This is me, this is who I am. I finally got in with the dermatologist because the doctors, every time I kept ringing, the doctors began to realise how much it affected me. I wasn't going out, I was literally upstairs, I couldn't put any layer of clothing on like even like thinnest layer, I couldn't put it on. It was like really irritating my skin. So I got in to the dermatologist, and they then said, you know, you can now possibly be allergic to the sun, but we can't officially say that yet. We need to like see your skin more, like when it's out more in the sun kind of thing. So just from there, I just turned around and I was like, what? Like, how could I be allergic to the sun? Like, this is ridiculous, but I can't go out in the sun or whatever. But the dermatologist, he was really nice. He was better than the other dermatologists I've ever seen, because they would just give me steroid creams. And when he looked at my record, he was like, well, one, I don't know why there's, you know, giving you strong steroid creams that thins your skin. I wonder why your skin's all burnt from the sun. So he then sat down and he talked about the dangers of the steroid creams and how they're just a temporary fix. They shouldn't be given out like, you know, the way it was. And then he was just talking about how much you should apply onto your body, and then he was talking about weaning me off it rather than me coming straight off it, because that could also damage the skin. So we weaned off the steroid creams, and then he said only use steroid creams in an emergency. So when your skin's starting to bleed, then apply a thin layer of steroid creams, and once it's starting to heal, then wean off it again. So we talked about a strategy and I stuck to it, and then slowly then I started researching into skincare stuff, and I got really like, I did skincare for the face, but I wasn't really doing it for the body, if you know what I mean. So I started doing it for the body, and started doing it for my body, and I was like, you know, making sure, like, I didn't even know about like salicylic acid and, you know, hyaluronic acid and stuff. So I started researching and slowly started using it on my body and introduced little bits of it, and I began to notice that it was making a massive difference to my body. Like, if I show you, and that's my arm now, but if you look at the pictures from before, they were like proper red and blistery and stuff. So my eczema has, you know, improved so much around my body as well. I've got a dry shoulder patch here, but again, it's not as serious as my eczema used to be. Unfortunately, the steroid creams have kind of like thinned out my skin so much that you could see patches of thin skin. Like, obviously you can't tell, but there's dark patches of skin, and that's the, like, I can see it from here, and obviously that's my skin that's thinned. Right, so in some places I've got dark coloured skin, and some places I've got light coloured skin, and it's all, yeah. So yeah, that's what got me into skincare, because I know how it feels to have skin that doesn't work with you. But now, touch wood, my skin is so much better than what it was before, and I do a lot of self-care now, whereas before I wouldn't. Like, I used to take the mick out of face masks. I used to be like, what do you get out of that? But now, like, I'm having a face mask twice a week. So, you know, I think with age as well, there's a lot of growing up. Like, you become so much more mature, and you don't really care about what other people think about you, because that's their issue, not yours. Like, you start to love yourself more. Like, and I never had that before, and I do now. Like, if somebody was to come up to me, like some comments that used to be said to me when I was young and in my teenage years, crumbled skin, scaly skin, and things like that. And now it just, back then it used to bother me so much, and now it just doesn't. Like, I'm just like, yeah, it's my skin, it's got nothing to do with you, you know. So yes, so yeah, that's my journey with skincare and how it all started. I also got a book off my good friend slash Xbox. She gave me a book about skincare and things like that. She gave me a book about skincare, and when I read that book I was like, oh, I have that, and that's not even eczema. Like, what? And you know, and it was giving you tips on how to do skincare and stuff like that. So there's one thing that does happen to my skin. So like here it will become very, I don't know how to explain it, but like a mosaic, you know, like little squares of a dry patch, little squares. And to me that's not eczema, because I don't feel it, it doesn't feel itchy, I don't need to scratch it, none of that. And when I read that book, what it was is that my skin barrier, so my dead skin cells have died, and my skin barrier doesn't know how to form new skin or something like that. So the new skin becomes like that, and I was like, wow, okay, so I need to work on my skin barrier now. And then I started watching Dr. Lee on YouTube, and they are so good. Like, honestly, they're from America, but they're so good. They're professional dermatologists, and they give free advice on YouTube. And I was like, okay, watch them. And they were talking about skin barriers and, you know, how slugging helps with the skin barrier and things like that, and like, you know, how you could protect your skin barrier, what products you could use that helps protect your skin barrier. And I started doing that, and I swear to God, I don't have that issue anymore. I might get it once in a while, but not as often as I used to. So yeah, and that's what influenced me to make a YouTube channel, because I was like, I've been through this journey and I had no support, no advice, nothing, not until recent years. And you know, when I say I had no support, yes, the doctors were there, but they kept giving steroid creams and stuff. But as the point of going into a proper skincare routine, having a proper self-care routine, loving myself more, like, you know, building up my confidence, I never really had that support until recent years. And I thought, you know what, just make a YouTube channel. There's going to be so much more people out there like me who are suffering with eczema, whose confidence are really down, who need that support, who need that like little bit of a, you know, come on girl, boy, you've got this, you know, you're fine, you're absolutely fine the way you are. Like, you shouldn't have to feel like you're any different from somebody else, or you're any less than somebody else just because you've got eczema or dry skin, whatever, like, you know. I feel I'm waffling on a bit, but yeah, like, for a very long time I hated myself, I hated my body. I couldn't even wear foundation. Like, honestly, my foundation, you could see the dry skin on top of it, and it would just come off, it would just peel, and I'd be like, I'm ugly. That's what I believed, that I was ugly, but obviously I'm not. You know, I'm pretty, I'm glamorous, you know, I'm not ugly. And now I can wear foundation. Like, look at this, I could wear foundation. Like, look how glowy my skin is. Never used to be like, last year this was not my skin, honestly. Last year this was not it. Like, yeah. But yeah, that's what inspired me to make a YouTube channel. I just want to help other people out there, and what a better way to do it. You know, a YouTube channel is nationwide, it's international as well, so I'll be helping a lot of people, and for free, like, woo, and for free, like, you know. Yeah, if I could help somebody else out there, even if it just means it's just one person, that will just make my day. Like, I'd be happy with that, like, really happy with that. But yes, just noticed my book. I am going to end it there and start reading my book. It's such a good book from Lisa Jewell. See what I mean about self-care? never in a million years did I think I'd be reading books. Like, I used to hate books, but now I'm so into it, like, I have to be reading a book. It goes everywhere with me, like when I'm sitting in the car, I just pull it out, start reading. But yeah, guys, I'll end it there. Bit of a, it's a bit of a, I don't know, bit of a downhill, uphill story, isn't it? So, bit emotional, but you know, honestly, self-care, self-love is the key to success, you know. So yes, I'm gonna end it there, and look after yourselves, guys. Just look after yourselves, love yourselves, and that's about it really. And don't let anybody's opinions affect you, because you know what, that's their opinions. Clearly they're not happy with themselves or something. But yeah, anyway, bye, enjoy your day, and speak to you soon. Bye.